very strong law, very strong right had provided to the local government, community level, class level. So why we started, just why we started. And second, the women participation. We have separately organized women network. It called the Violence Against Women Network. Interfaith network to address violence against women. This network will have formed to solve the women problems as well as the violence against the women issues and participate in the peace process. How we can help to the women to encourage to them, to awareness to them, and able to the participate in the peace process. How the women can live the community. So we have formed the one separate network, and today also our network is working with the UNICEF. Yeah, today they also a separate program they are running. So the good initiative we have got for the women. Thank you. And another question, please answer the उसको कृषि को उहाँको भन्नुले उहाँको उसमा है डाक्टर साहब दुईटाको क्वेशनलाई उत्तर दिनु है प्लिज.
Regarding a little bit about Christianity in Nepal and the Christians in Nepal. Christianity originally came to Nepal during the 16th century, by Capuchin fathers, the Jesuits. Okay, and then after the unification of Nepal, the current Nepal, there was some kind of ban on Christians. And in 1950, Nepal entered into the era of democratic politics. So only after 1950, Christianity started growing in Nepal. And today, there is no accurate census of how many Christians there are in Nepal. According to the government, census, a few years ago, this time the result I don't know, but a few years ago, census was 1.4% of the population. That is the government figure. Are Christians, but the Christians don't accept that figure. I don't think other religious and ethnic groups also, they don't accept the figure even by the Department of Statistics. But currently, we assume that there are about 2 million, roughly 2 million Christians in Nepal. That is, and of course some political leaders have said in their speech that there are 3 million Christians. They want increasing the number of Christians. The politicians do that just to take advantage, and they just would tell our Hindu friends that, oh, see, the number of Christians is increasing. That the politicians always try to bring division and conflict among the religions. And that's the problem. But we roughly say that there are 2 million Christians. Regarding interfaith, interreligious involvement, in the beginning, the Christians of Nepal were very much opposed to the idea of interreligious cooperation, interreligious dialogue, interreligious working together. And I was again the first person from the Christian community to talk about the need for interreligious cooperation. And I think that there was also other friends also, like Nazrulji faced the same difficulty from the Muslim community. Keshavji may be same, and Damodarji faced the same pressure from their religious groups. Why are you mixing with other religious leaders? Why are you working with people of other religions? So that was the problem that all of us faced. But nowadays, that is improving, and more people are understanding the need for working with people of other religions. When I was in my church, about 40 years, 35 years ago, I raised 4 issues in my church. Okay? Number one was the Christians must get involved in the national life, in the development of the country, in the progress of the country, in social life. They should not be isolated and only focused on establishing churches and preaching the gospel and converting people to Christianity. More than, but we should also involve in nation building. We should be good citizens of this country. Okay, so the love for the country and responsibility towards the country. Second was that we should also consider the local cultural context. It's called contextualization. Okay, we should contextualize our faith, not just copy, from outside, but try to live as Christians in the context of Nepal, in the religious, cultural, geographical, social context of Nepal. Okay, so we should try to preserve, as far as possible, our traditions, our cultural values, our cultural identity. That was the second thing. The third issue was the interreligious. Sometimes even our church leaders at that time were discouraging their members from mixing with people of other faiths. Don't mix, don't make friends, don't work with people of other faiths. That was the kind of understanding I'm talking about 35, 40 years ago. Okay? So, but I said, no, we have to work. We have to live together with people of other faiths, and we have to work together on common issues. And that was because of that, I had to leave my church. Okay, I have to leave my church, and we started another church. But after so many years now, people are realizing, and the Christians in Nepal have started doing those things. And even though not fully, but there is some improvement in that. Okay, but still, the Christian community in Nepal, and this is my understanding that religion, science, religion and philosophy, they do not belong to any particular country or group or people or region. They are the property of the world. Religion, philosophy, and science, they are common. So we know religion should be foreign religion. Okay, religion is religion, philosophy is philosophy, science is science. Okay. Now mobile, where was mobile development? We did not make mobile. We did not develop mobile, but we are using it. Okay? So that's what my understanding here. But in Nepal still there is some some narrow-mindedness regarding other religions, other faiths. And that is true of all religious groups. Thank you.
So Mantaji wants to
Just shortly, I would like to conclude something. As you mentioned, our friend from Nigeria, what are you doing for youth? So I think I started my career in my early 20s, where ever since that time, I have been advocating for involvement of youth in spiritual matter or topic. I was also once the board member of UN Youth in Nepal. So where also I was always advocating about the involvement of youth in spiritual knowledge, because unless somebody is enlightened about spiritual thing, whatever they do, they remain incomplete. I believe that. So for that reason, I have been encouraging young women, young people to come in this sector. It is not like you have to leave your career aside and come to this spiritual sector, wear another kind of dresses or anything like that, but by your shows, you have to be involved. Also, in our Hindu community, we believe in the school where Sanskrit is taught, where the spiritual matters are taught, and they live differently from their home. So they live separately, and this kind of Gurukul education has been one kind of practice ever since a long thousand years ago, that they prepare youths when they come to the age of 16 or 17, they are ready to advocate about spiritual matters. So that is how we are growing up our young generation, I think. So also young astrologers, young scientists, they have been involved in this kind of sector, which has helped us to promote young people in here. Thank you.
So thank you very much to all participants who hear our explanation.
Yes.
Would like to talk?
Yes.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please and share your experience.
Yes. Lady and honorable reverends, guests, colleagues, it was really impressive to learn from you, to learn the history of the Interreligious Council in Nepal. It's our pleasure to be with you today, and as the official representative of CAICID, which is an intergovernmental organization, the International Dialogue Center CAICID, I would like to appreciate and commend the tremendous efforts that you are putting in place to improve the interreligious harmony and peace within the Nepalese society. And since at our organization we have advisory forum, when I go back to our headquarters, I will advocate that we have a representative from the Interreligious Council in our advisory forum, along with our board of directors and council of parties. Because I believe we can learn from you, we can learn from your experience, and that would add a value in the work of our center. On the other hand, I am sure my colleagues here, our fellows who are experts in interreligious dialogue, education, peace building, conflict resolution, they are lecturers at universities, they are ready to support you in any way you might find suitable to support you in the work that you are doing. And at the end, without further delay, I would like to present this gift. One of it is a dialogue game that you can use when you do an initiative, especially with the youth and youngsters, so they can learn about dialogue more. So thank you very much, and I hope we see each other again in this small world that we inhabit, all of us together. Thank you very much.
So downstairs we bring it over. But other than that, and our kind guests are of course more than happily invited, so please join us in our meal if you would like to do so. It is a vegetarian meal from a local restaurant.